some of them I'm already taking. So I'm gonna kind of like walk through, like what I'm taking, why I'm taking it, what it's supposed to help for the body, if I can even remember, and kind of just like my goals after I have my laminectomy and microdiscectomy, which is back surgery, as you guys already know. So I'm gonna be transitioning between soft-spoken and whispering because it's a little bit easier on my voice. The reason I'm making this video is because I tried to record a 15-minute video with my Blue Yeti Classic and the audio wasn't there, so not doing that again, and here we are. Anyways, I'll go over some of the things that I'm already taking. It's not a huge list, it's actually very short, but again, I didn't really know what to do for video, so here we are. So the two things that I am taking right now, number one that I started back up was the vitamin D3, and I started taking this initially because I can't go outside. I mean, I can, I'm allowed to, but there's really no reason for me to go outside, and I figured, well, I probably have low vitamin D, because the last time I couldn't go outside, which was night shift in South Korea, I'm outside but the sun is gone, and then I'm inside sleeping when it's out. I had low vitamin D, which is not good. It's not good for your bones, it's not good for anything, your immune system. So I got my suspicions confirmed. I was, in fact, very low on vitamin D when I had my blood tested at the VA just recently, this month actually. So I hopped on a extra strength vitamin D3, which this is 5,000 IUs or 125 micrograms, and as you can see here, supports immune system and supports bone health, bone, teeth, and muscle health as well. So I'm not 100% sure, but I'm sure this is, needed vitamin D, needed in, probably in some sort of mechanism of protein synthesis. Obviously it's needed in the mechanism of, I think, calcium uptake in, like, the creation of new bone, which would be osteogenesis, right? Osteogenesis, meaning your osteoblasts, which sounds counterintuitive because blast means to destroy, but osteoblasts build bone. So I'm assuming because of vitamin D3's relationship to calcium, it helps you build bone. I'm not sure what the mechanism is as far as muscle health. I would assume it has something to do with protein. Everything has to do with a protein in the body. That's essentially what triggers, like all of these reactions. A protein gets picked up by something and whatever else, you know what I mean? So I can't remember all that stuff. It's been 2 years since I took 3 years since I took anatomy and physiology, and even longer since I took biology, so don't quote me on any of that stuff. I'm just guessing, but I'm low on vitamin D, and it can't hurt to take it, so that's the first one I'm taking. And I guess we have to do some gripping sounds just for a minute. I have noticed, so I don't know if you guys can tell, but I have really bad eye bags. Now, I don't get very good sleep in general, but when I started taking this, my skin tone started to even out. These used to be way worse. Just go back to some videos, a couple months ago, and you guys can see how uneven my skin tone was. And I feel like this was the only difference. This was the only thing that changed. Because again, I've been inside for months now, not able to even my skin tone out with the sun. feel like this has actually helped my skin tone. Is that true? I don't know. Someone let me know down in the comments if that's a thing that can happen. The other thing that I started taking recently was magnesium glycinate, and I ran out on this one because I've had this bottle for years, literally for years. This was 200 milligrams of magnesium glycinate. I started taking this because of my back pain and my bad sleep. Now, I say for back pain because magnesium glycinate is a natural muscle relaxer, and is, if your muscles are relaxed, they're not going to be all bound up and wired and causing so much pain. So I started taking this, but mainly, honestly, for the sleep and the nerve health stuff. So this, it says right here, supports muscle relaxation, heart. Wow, I can't read. Let me redo that. Supports muscle relaxation, heart, nerve, and bone health. I believe magnesium is needed in like 98% of mechanisms in the body as far as reactionary stuff goes on a cellular level. And I think like 90% of the United States is deficient on magnesium, or some crazy high statistic is low on magnesium. So I figured, you know what, I'm gonna throw this in there. And I was taking this for about 2 weeks, 2 pills every day, and then I ran out. So then I went to Kroger and I got the Kroger version of the magnesium glycinate in this. This is again 200 milligrams, muscle relaxation, nerve health. It's chelated, which means it's chelation is basically where they remove, I think, heavy metals and impurities from any form of chemical or compound, I think. And the only reason I know that is from Dr. House, because they perform chelation when there's heavy metals in someone's body, heavy metal toxicity or whatever. So again, magnesium it says bisglycinate, BIS. It's not biglycinate, it's bisglycinate. Interesting. I don't know what the difference is, but that is the compound itself. Other ingredients would be gelatin for the capsules themselves, vegetable magnesium stearate, silicon dioxide, and rice flour. I'm assuming some of those are going to be like a carrying compound, like a filler. But I don't know. I don't think they have to label carrier compounds in the United States. But anyways, yeah, high absorption, dietary supplement, whatever. Big bold letters, bone health. And there's the size of the capsule. They're pretty freaking huge pills. But I struggle with my sleep, and I'm not in the gym. So these specifically are going to go hand in hand for keeping my bone density nice and strong, as well as, some muscle health, and especially nerve health, while I have these compressed nerves in my spine, which are 100% going to be damaged after surgery, but regardless. And then the other thing I just started taking, I'd taken this before when I was overseas. I think I saw something, statistic was like only 50% of iodized salt is actually iodized, something like that. And maybe I'm getting these mixed up, magnesium and iodine. Anyways, iodine is needed in a ton of things in the body. But I'm just going to read it off because I can't remember specifically your thyroid. I do know that because if you don't get iodine in your diet, you develop a goiter, and the treatment is iodine. Anyways, this is, I don't know how to pronounce that, so I'm going to say nascent iodine, and that is a specific form of iodine. It says ionically charged, deep earth sourced. I'm sure that is just a marketing ploy, but it says thyroid, mental function, immunity, and metabolism. This is vegan, gluten-free, GMO-free, and GMP certified. I don't know what GMP is. It says shake well. That's a nice sound. I still have to take this today. Shake well and add 3 drops to water, juice, or smoothie once a day. I just drop it under my tongue, and that would be called sublingually. It says the body most easily absorbs and utilizes ionically charged iodine in its nascent form. This form of iodine is in its highest energetic state and maintains its natural negative electromagnetic charge. This allows it to easily bond and be absorbed by the cells in our body. Our nascent iodine is sourced from ancient salt deposits below the Earth's crusts. So that's all the blurb on the back, and it says, iodine is an essential mineral that plays a crucial role in hundreds of bodily processes. It is one of the most commonly deficient minerals because it is missing from our food supply. And I think that was kind of like its claim to fame, was that we don't get it in our food, and therefore you're probably low on iodine. The ingredient is iodine as nascent iodide. It's 1,800 micrograms, or 1,200% your daily value, based on a 2,000 calorie diet. The other ingredients are ultra pure water, sorbic acid, and fulvic acid. Warning, do not exceed recommended dose. In case of accidental overdose, call a doctor or poison control center immediately. If you are pregnant, nursing, or have an iodine allergy or thyroid condition, consult a physician before taking it. Keep out of reach of children. Sorry, it was saying it's best by January of 2028. This is by Triquetra. So there's about 400 servings. Wow, I did not know that. But my buddy gave me some in Korea when I was still active duty. And I felt good. It made me feel good. And I didn't feel anything negative about it, so I kept taking it. And then I ran out, and that's it. But also, I've got these masses of lymph tissue, right? Let me see if I can actually show you. Can you physically see this? There's a nodule right here, and I have another one behind my jaw, and it's benign according to the physical assessment of my VA doctor, which means nothing to me. But I don't have any symptoms of anything, so I don't know, maybe this helps with clearing. It helps with immunity, so maybe I can clear out whatever is clogging my lymph nodes back here. And I've had some problems with other ones in my chest, my armpits, underneath my chin, and so on and so forth. I've even had one inflamed in my bicep. Oh, I just touched my eye with muscle cream. Okay, anyways, so there's my iodine. And then I have some fish oil pills. I haven't taken these in a long time. And I haven't taken these in a long time because I have actually had issues with my like lipids in my blood, so I don't think you're supposed to take these if you have high triglycerides or lipids, which are fats in your blood, like cholesterol. Either one, I think. But this is 2,400 milligrams, which would be 720 mgs of omega-3s per serving, fish oil by Nature Made. Helps to support a healthy heart. And this has 134 soft gels, purified to remove mercury, which that's nice. They do smell fishy, if you're wondering. Let's see, it says 2 soft gels per day. Fish oil, omega-3 fatty acids, and omega-3 EPA and DHA. I don't know what DHA stands for. I wonder. Or EPA. Ooh. New candidate for a vitamin bottle for gripping videos. So initially I was taking this for like joint pain, because I used to be in the gym every day, and I read that this was supposed to help your joints. I don't know if that's true. I certainly didn't really feel a huge difference, but I was also probably 17 or 18, 19 years old when I was taking it regularly, and I probably wasn't taking it as I should have. You know, like on time every day. I was probably missing a couple doses here and there. But yeah, I don't know if you guys know this, but I used to be, I'm gonna brag on myself here because I rarely do that. I normally talk down on myself. I used to be absolutely jacked, massive. I used to be pretty freaking stacked, I'm not gonna lie. And my goals, that was the other thing I was gonna talk about. My goals for after surgery are going to be getting back in the gym, and getting to my best physical form that I've ever been in my entire life. I would say probably my best physical shape was when I was 17 or 18 years old, and then when I was in the military, maybe 24 years old. I used to be huge. I was definitely one of the biggest 17-year-olds as far as actual lean body mass that I ever personally knew. Of course, there's always those freaks of nature whose parents like got them in the gym when they were 12. But I wasn't that. I was always really, really skinny. And you can see I'm starting to revert to that form. I'm now 171 pounds. The lowest I had been since high school was 168, and that was when I was in basic training, and they don't really give you a lot of food, and you're running like 7 to 10 miles a day. So I was really, really tiny when I got out of basic training, and then I got in the gym when I got to tech school in Texas. Well, I guess basic training is in Texas, and it's all the same. Anyways, I was tiny. Now I'm 171 pounds, and that's almost as light as when I got out of basic training. So I'm going to absolutely kill it in the gym this year once I recover. When I recover, give me 3 months tops, and I'm gonna be freaking jacked like you wouldn't believe. Okay, I'm calling it now. I'm gonna be jacked, and I'm gonna be lean, and hopefully strong as all get out. Okay, so that brings me to my next 2 supplements. This is a combo supplement. This is just pre-workout. This is the CBum Essentials pre-workout, blue raspberry. I freaking love pre-workout. If I had to get back in the gym and not use pre-workout, that I would be really, really bummed. And it just would not be the same. I remember when I took pre-workout for the first time when I was 15. I believe I was 15, and it was a discontinued sample of C4, which was pineapple flavored. The pineapple flavored C4 back then was so good. Oh, it was so good. I wish I could have it again right now. I remember taking it because I bought from Tiger Fitness from Mark Lobliner. If you don't know, Mark Lobliner used to be a pretty prominent name in the supplement industry as far as YouTube content creators go, and he owned Tiger Fitness, and he is a professional bodybuilder. He did videos with the scumbag Mike Rashid. He did videos, I think, with Matt Ogus back in the day. All those guys. The Hodge twins. They were friends, you know. So, I think I bought a Tiger Fitness shirt, or no, I bought a shaker cup and protein, and it came with a free shirt, and it came with some supplement samples, and one of them was C4, and that was the first time I tried it. And I remember calling my mom on our landline phone, and she was at work, and at the time she worked at a florist, flower shop, and I was like, Mom, like, can I buy some? Like, please, can I buy some? And she was like, yeah, like, just go ahead and order it, and I'll pay for it. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, I was so freaking excited because my skin was burning, and I loved it. And that sounds crazy, and people don't like beta-alanine, but if you told me I couldn't have pre-workout, but I could have beta-alanine, I would definitely take beta-alanine as a separate supplement before working out, because it hypes me up so much. Even without the caffeine, I bet you that would be a fantastic buzz. Anyways, this is 2-in-1 because it's also got creatine. Creatine is probably the most studied, proven to work supplement in the supplement industry. And it has none of that. It doesn't have creatine in it at all. I lied. Okay, I thought it did. Interesting. Okay, well, most pre-workout has creatine in it, about 3 grams or so. This one doesn't. So I'm gonna have to buy that because this pre-workout is fire, and it's like $30 for 60 servings. I think it is. Where's the servings? 60 servings for $30 from Sam's Club. That's why I bought it, and I'm gonna continue to buy it. It tastes pretty good. It's got 200 milligrams of caffeine, which is just perfectly fine with me. I don't need to have 1,000 milligrams or 1 gram of caffeine like a lot of these content creators are pushing, which is so bad for you. But it's got 4 grams of L-citrulline, 3.2 grams of beta-alanine, which I find is my sweet spot, is 3 grams, L-tyrosine 2 grams, taurine 1 gram, Himalayan pink salt 200 milligrams. So yeah, it's got some essential aminos, and it has vitamin B12, 5 micrograms, and then some sodium from the Himalayan salt, which is 75 milligrams. But yeah, this is just for going to the gym and getting a nice pump, feeling more energetic, stronger. And then creatine is for creating more ATP in the muscles. The more ATP you have stored in your muscles, the stronger they are. And it also hydrates the muscle more, which creates a stronger, if you're more hydrated, the stronger you're going to be in general. So a more hydrated muscle is definitely going to make you stronger. and just feel more full. And like you want to be, I want to be plump and juicy. You know what I mean? So definitely gonna have to buy some creatine. Monohydrate is the one that I go for. I usually get the micronized creatine monohydrate from Optimum Nutrition, because it's a smaller scoop, and it's just easier to pop it in your mouth and swish with some water, and you're good. I'm trying to think of other things that I'm probably going to take. I'm probably going to take my BPC 157, which is in my closet right here. That is a peptide that helps you heal faster, heal every tissue faster, aside from, like, I would assume, like, smooth muscle, which would be like organs, like your stomach. I guess BPC is derived from stomach gastric juices. So it does help your stomach, but I would be going more for post-surgery healing. So like my incision, my muscles that they're going to be, not cutting through, but scooting. Well, they are cutting through them, kind of. And then, of course, like my bone, that they're shaving off a bunch of my lamina, which is the laminectomy. And then it's also good, I believe, for nerve stuff, which is also where the magnesium and the, not iodine, but my vitamin, I think vitamin D3 helps your nerves. Anyways, so yeah, I'll probably be injecting 5, no, what is it, 1, I can't even remember the proper dosage. Anyways, I'll be taking BPC 157 to heal myself faster and just speed up that recovery process, get back in the gym, and just get my life back on track faster, which should work really, really well for post-surgery stuff, because the problem will be fixed, but that healing takes time. I may or may not, I don't know, we'll see. I might delve into other peptides. I'm not sure, I'm not positive. I don't want to be the guy that's like pushing peptide use, but there is a lot of positive literature on the use of peptides like retatrutide and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know, I want to see like how far I can take myself naturally before that. I've kind of already destroyed my natural card, I guess you could say. I have taken SARMs before. I did, Rad 140. I took MK677, which is not a SARM, it's a growth hormone secretagogue. I might take that as well as the BPC 157, because it's really, really good for healing as well. In fact, I'm probably going to go order some right after this. If you've never taken that before, again, use your own, do your own research, but it made me so incredibly strong and hungry and strong. That's when I hit 200 plus pounds when I was in the military, and I really enjoyed the way that it made me feel. I wouldn't consider that as something that makes me unnatural, and to be honest, after I got the Rad 140 out of my body, I don't think that it is going to benefit me any longer. I didn't really get any gains from Rad 140. So, I don't know, maybe I got a terrible supply of it, and it was illegitimate Rad 140. I don't know. I probably won't be messing with that stuff anymore, though. I think that's about it. I might buy some vitamin B12 as well, just to kind of be healthy, I think you get vitamin B12 from like red meat, and I don't eat a lot of red meat, so I'm probably deficient. My diet's terrible, so I gotta fix that as well. But that's pretty much where I'm at for supplementation. There's a couple more things that I need to buy, that I want to buy, that I know that will help me, like the creatine, and the MK677. Though that's not a supplement, but it's definitely helpful if you're into weightlifting, and being strong and feeling good. It's definitely something that I'm gonna add to my repertoire of supplement use. But I don't think there's really anything else, aside from getting my diet, properly adjusted for healing, and that includes water intake. I do not drink enough water. I've started to drink more water these past few days, just because I finally got my water bottle full of ice and water. That's really the only reason. I was thirsty and I filled it, and I've just been kind of feeling it ever since. So I need to do that. Trying to think of what else. I know this video is kind of boring, but hopefully you can just kind of watch it and doze off, or put it on in the background, or maybe if you need advice. I'll probably go for another protein powder, just because I don't eat enough, and I'm gonna want to get more protein as far as rebuilding my muscles back. If you didn't know, you actually, if you've been in the gym for a while and you build up to a certain point and then you lose all that muscle, like I have, my arms used to be a lot bigger than that, that's for sure. But you actually, also look how white I am. That's insane. But you actually build that muscle back faster than it would take a normal person to build regular muscle if they'd never been in the gym. And that's because when you build those cells, or those when you build those muscle cells, what is it called? It's a specific type of somatocell. Anyways, the cells stay, but the tissue shrinks. So like, I lost my muscle mass, the muscle became smaller, but the cell is still there. So once I trigger that cell to start increasing protein synthesis, the muscle grows back faster, because it remembers, it's muscle memory. So that's a kind of a semi-recent, within the last, I would say, 10 years of research, that's come out, which is pretty cool. So I'm really hoping I can, like, once I can actually go like full bore back to the gym, I'm gonna be absolutely just gaining size like you wouldn't believe. And I'll kind of share, more and more as I go along, but I'm sure you're gonna be able to tell a difference, probably primarily here, because my chest is here, 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 and my arms. That's pretty much all you're gonna see. I don't think I'm gonna be doing any sort of like physique reveal, because I think that's kind of out of my comfort zone as far as ASMR goes. I did used to run, fun fact, actually, I don't think I want to tell you that. I used to run a YouTube channel with my best friend when we kind of got our feet going, like our feet fully submerged. We got our toes wet, and we got our feet fully submerged. We kind of dove head first into the bodybuilding world, and we created a YouTube channel, bought a camera and everything, filmed in the gym back in we were still in high school, back in 2015, 2014, if you can believe that. We were probably one of the first, I would say, 500 fitness channels on YouTube. I think I can say that confidently. It used to be called B&G Fitness. Maybe I can go back on the Wayback Machine and find those videos. We only had a few, but we used to be some jacked kids, man. Let me tell you, before we were even 18, before I was 18, I hit 265 on the bench, which is not really impressive anymore, with how many people are in the gym now. But I hit 430 435 or 425 on deadlift. When I was 18, I had a 365 squat. And that's pretty much it. But I was also only 160 pounds, something like that, 170 pounds. Anyways, I used to be really, really into it, and I want to get back to that, that shape, and just feel good about myself. So that's kind of my goal. I want to recover as quickly and as responsibly as I can. I want to do the things that I need to do to not get back to this point of injury. So I'm going to do a ton, probably going to be, like, my main thing is going to be core exercises, my hip flexors, lower abs, all this entire thing is going to be like a main source of strength from here on out, because if I re-herniate this disc and lose everything again, I don't know what I'm going to do. This is the most miserable I've ever been in my entire life. This is probably, I was thinking about it, and this is the top 2 hardest things I've ever gone through in my life. The number one being my mom having a terminal illness. So if that tells you anything, like, as far as difficulty, like as far as pain, I never want to have to go through this again. So that's why I'm kind of like, I look like a chick. That's why I am really hammering down on my supplementation for things that I know that I'm lacking, as far as vitamins and minerals and stuff like that. And then I'm gonna hammer down on exercises that I know I need to do, especially like hamstrings and glutes. I need to strengthen those, as well as hip flexors and abs. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm really, really, really excited. I have my surgery in 9 days. 9 days. Oh, I'm so excited, man. I don't care how much, like, the surgery is gonna hurt, because I know it's gonna be less painful than what I feel right now in this moment in time. And I can't wait to be off of opiates and off of gabapentin and off of muscle cream and Tiger Balm and ibuprofen and just off of bed rest. Oh, it makes me so excited. I can't wait, you guys. I'm so optimistic for how this is gonna go. I'm really nervous. I'm really, really, really nervous, but I'm also very, very, very optimistic and excited, just to be rid of this pain, because it is miserable. I know I've burdened you with saying how miserable this all of these times in video, but man, it's miserable. So anyways, that's gonna be the video. I don't know how long this is gonna take to upload. It's gonna take a long time, but I just wanted to kind of ramble and not really focus on a bunch of sounds and stuff. I just wanted to talk to you guys and let that be the video. So I hope you enjoyed. If you want, I'm not even gonna ask. I'm gonna make more videos going along with the updates of my surgery, because there's not a lot of content on this specific recovery process. There's a lot of videos on how it works, like what the surgery is, but there's not a lot of videos, especially newer videos, about the recovery process of a laminectomy and microdiscectomy. So I'm gonna make some more content on this, and you guys are just gonna have to deal with it. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one, and as always, please, please, please have a good rest.